SB 1070 is Arizona's immigration law that's the subject of a lot of controversy, and I'm against this law. I mean, it violates the Fourth Amendment. It's ridiculous to think that the police have this extra level of discernment that they could see somebody. It says that if they have reasonable suspicion that somebody is an illegal immigrant, they can stop them and demand that they produce papers. Now, the idea that the police can use their fucking vision to determine who's here legally and who isn't is an absolute joke. There's no probable cause involved. I mean, the language is, I think it says reasonable suspicion, but it might even be vaguer than that. Basically, it's going to lead to a lot of Latinos being stopped for no reason. And, well, for one reason, the fact that they're Latinos and asked to produce a lot of papers, and I don't like that. So there's another reason I don't like it that's separate from my ideology. I'm half Puerto Rican, so the idea that people who look like my family would be stopped and treated like they're not Americans is ridiculous. For those of you who don't know, Puerto Ricans are born into American citizenship. So Puerto Ricans don't really have a lot of the immigration issues that a lot of other people from any other country have, let alone Latinos. But so that's like a personal reason why I'm against it, that, it's on top of my ideology. But there's also a third reason I'm against this, is because this law already exists. It's called Stop and Frisk here in New York City. Now, Stop and Frisk empowers the NYPD to stop people suspicious who look suspicious and of committing crimes or carrying contraband. Now, how the police can look at somebody and tell that they're carrying contraband or that they're likely to have a gun or drugs or whatever is the same as the police deciding if they see an illegal immigrant versus a legal immigrant or a regular citizen. It's not going to happen. And the results of Stop and Frisk are in. They've been in for a while. 84% of the people stopped are black or Latino. So I guess that's one difference between the Arizona law and Stop and Frisk. The fact that our law, Bloomberg's law, is racist against blacks and Latinos, while Arizona's law is just racist against Latinos. So I don't know which is better or worse on the racialism scale. Assuming that Latinos are illegal immigrants, or assuming that blacks and Latinos are criminals. Now, Stop and Frisk happens primarily in Brooklyn and the Bronx and mostly Latin neighborhoods. In my neighborhood, it doesn't happen too often. I live in an Asian neighborhood that's middle class to, not like crazy upper middle class, but it's decent income people, and it doesn't happen around here because it's the kind of people that have a little bit of power and will fight back. So, like I said, 84% of the people stopped under Bloomberg's law are blacks or Latinos, and 88% of them have committed no crime. So he's stopping pointless people and demanding that they produce their identification, that ID is run into a database, and all that. They look for warrants. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, why is there a distinction between Arizona's law and Bloomberg's law? Is it because Bloomberg doesn't have overt racist rhetoric? Because I'm all about the policy, and look, Stop and Frisk is the same as SB 1070. It's the policy that matters to me. And Bloomberg doesn't have a great record on race. I know, I'm going to read his quote on the Arizona immigration law, which I think is a joke. But the NYPD surveils, Muslims going on, boating trips and, doing all these things. The NYPD is in every mosque in, New York City. That's maybe an exaggeration, but probably not. They're in New Jersey surveilling Muslims. They're in fucking New Orleans surveilling Muslims. I mean, they're completely out of control and out of their jurisdiction. The NYPD answers to the commissioner who's appointed by Bloomberg. So how come Bloomberg doesn't have the same racial issues that Jan Brewer has? I know the answer. The answer is Arizona's in play in the next election, and New York really isn't. It's going to go to Obama, so there's no reason for outside forces to drum up controversy. And people, honestly, are more willing to accept Southern racism to Northeastern racism. And I think racism is more dangerous when it's hidden. I mean, when I hear the rhetoric of certain Republicans or certain politicians, but mostly Republicans, I know to stay away from them. When it's hidden here and it's hidden behind Bloomberg's liberal, independent, sometimes conservative. He's been all three parties, independent, Democrat, Republican. When it's hidden behind that. By the way, CNN would say that Stop and Frisk is transpartisan, because Bloomberg was an independent Republican and a Democrat, so that means everybody must agree to it according to them. But to get to his quote on the Arizona immigration law, he said it's like committing national suicide. Now, I'm not going to disagree with him. He's the expert. He implemented basically what I'm saying is an exact same policy or very similar policy. I want you guys to let me know what you think. If you think the comparison between Stop and Frisk and 1070 is legit, or if I'm reaching. Just let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. If this is going to be on TYT Nation, subscribe to TYT Nation. Maybe my channel. I don't know. Think about it. But yeah. So I just want to know what you guys think. If this is an accurate comparison, an inaccurate comparison. And that's it.